Fáilte á cóide, fáilte go dtí an Greenstad. Welcome everyone. Welcome to summer solstice.
An auspicious time of the year, and particularly so this year in 2020 with an annular ring of fire solar eclipse and also 5 planets in retrograde. Unusually, retrograde planets may not signal a good thing, but this year it's all about completion and it's about moving forward with new purpose, which rings so true with the theme of Body&Soul Festival 2020.
So the Earth is on a journey, and always was, a great elliptical journey around the sun. And solstice, a word we use, for us really the understanding of solstice comes in Irish, Gaelic or Gaeilge, Greenstad, and 2 words together, green, sun, and stad, stop. So the sun stops at solstice. It doesn't really. It just has that kind of feeling for about 6 days. When in summer solstice, in that elliptical journey of the Earth around the sun reaches a peak for those living in Northern Hemisphere. The sun reaches a peak of light, not always temperatures, but certainly light. And that is a really significant moment, not just for sunlight, but for energies, for all of life on Earth. And in Ireland, we know that most babies are born in March and April, which says a lot about June and July. And it's really about solstice, where those peak energies of biorhythms and fertility in all of nature, not just humans, but the trees, all the animals, the bugs, and there's a peak at solstice. And this is why celebration and our participation and our holding of the solstice spirit in Body&Soul is so important for us.
And our ancestors, our foremothers and forefathers, they came together from all of their villages and towns to sacred sites for a wonderful 3-day celebration. They camped on the earth, they shared food, they danced, they revelled. And this is the modern evolution, particularly of Body&Soul, a festival that holds dear to its heart the connection between the earth, between the sky and us humans, with all the beautiful surroundings, usually of Ballinlough, where we come together in great joyous celebration to revel, to be different, to be wild, to bring out that which has been cooped up during all the winter months, to really shine our light. And this year, of course, we have that opportunity to do so together, but apart.
So many people see summer solstice as midwinter, and it is, but it's much more than that. It really is a time for your body, and it's very much a time for your soul. And when you put them both together, you get a festival, but also you get life. And really our participation in solstice and our time with you is about life at solstice, in your body, in your soul, your mind too. But to be part of it all, to really come into that peak energies of light and fertility, and to really dance every fibre of life in your body, in your mind, in your heart, in your soul. Really critical in 2020 as we respond as a species to the challenge of pandemic. And what's beautiful is that nature isn't challenged by the pandemic in the way that we are, so that going to nature in the way that we are at solstice really can bring us beyond the story and beyond the circumstances of any pandemic or anything that's bringing us down, wounding our health, depressing our mood. Stepping outside of that story, that's the real invitation of solstice.
And it's an opportunity this time to really bring it home to the places where we live, to take the invitation of Body&Soul and to create and indeed recreate the circumstances that we all know and love from this bijou little gem of a festival, to dance wildly in our kitchens, to camp out in our gardens, to mix the most fabulous cocktails, to make those fancy foods that we love, and to know that we're not alone, that all across, not indeed just Ireland, but now across the world internationally, once again, we get the opportunity to be wild, to be free, to be full of the majesty of this beautiful time of midsummer together, but apart.
My greeting at the beginning was in Irish, Grianstad Honna, earth. It translates as a luminous or shining solstice, not to you. The strict translation is a luminous and shining solstice upon you, so that the light of the solstice comes upon you. And really, that's what the festival and the sharing of our little ceremony will be about. It's about bringing something upon us so that we can be in it. In the solstice, in our lives, just like the birds and the bees, the trees, and who knows what life we bring into the world next March and April.